continue with the service and following the programme, we're now going to hear a poem from Lawrence Hu. So Lawrence, if you could come and take your place. Give him a hand as he comes.
I'd just like to say good morning to the family and say it was a huge honour to be asked to write this poem, and I just hope that I've served him justice. Yeah. So this poem is called Legends Never Die. Some legends are born, some legends are created. The truth we know about this legend is he will forever be celebrated. Mischievous, suave, sophisticated and smart, Roy Hackett's life was blessed from the start. Born in Islington, St. Mary, Jamaica, on September the 18th, 1928, the journey began of a child who was destined to rise above racist hate. Growing up, the firstborn of 3 brothers and 1 sister, Roy Hackett, from an early age, has always been an elder. Roy Hackett came to England in 1952 as part of the now-known Windrush generation, living in several UK cities before Bristol became his home, his final destination. No blacks, no gypsies, no dogs, no Irish were the signs that welcomed Roy Hackett when he arrived, answering an empire's wish. Roy Hackett didn't bow. Roy Hackett stood tall when the system wanted us to beg, kneel, and crawl. After settling in St. Paul's, Roy Hackett became a civil rights activist. Unable to accept the racism that was commonplace, he had to resist. You could only work on Bristol buses if you were classed as white. To Roy, this was like a red flag to a bull, and he was prepared to fight. The Bristol Bus Boycott was organised in the face of adversity. People demonstrated their resilience, fighting for equality and diversity. Roy Hackett played an instrumental role in Bristol's bus boycott through not accepting the status quo of being labelled a have-not. August 28th, 1963 is a date we should always remember. This is when the USA and the UK's fight against segregation synchronised, entwining us together. On this day, Martin Luther King made his famous I Have a Dream speech, at the same time as employment for all on Bristol buses came into reach. The Bristol Bus Boycott set in motion the laying of the foundations for the UK's Race Relations Act, which would have been unimaginable before the colour bar on Bristol buses was lifted, and that's a fact. Along with being a member of Bristol's Race Equality Council, the Bristol West Indian Parents and Friends Association, and a founding father of St. Paul's Carnival, Roy Hackett dedicated his life to improving the lives of others who were discriminated against, overlooked, and often fighting for their survival. Roy Hackett's achievements have been acknowledged by many, including the Jamaican High Commission, the University of Bristol, and royalty, which has resulted in Roy Hackett receiving numerous honours, from Community Champion, an honorary doctorate, to an MBE. Whether we believe in the system or whether we don't, Roy Hackett proved what we can achieve if we choose to act over if we won't. Roy Hackett was a proud and humble Jamaican, humble to the core, never seeking celebrity status, never seeking to be pushed to the fore. Roy Hackett leaves a legacy that is a joy to see, the legacy of one who strived for us all to be free. We are now standing on the shoulders of a giant who showed us we could win through being defiant over what we would endure if we obeyed and stayed silent. Dr. Lurel Roy Hackett MBE, for all you did and continue to do, we would just like to say thank you as we salute you.
Thank you, Lawrence. Let's salute Roy.